Ladies and gentlemen, the final game of day 2 here at Playoffs CWL Miami, and it's going to be a good one. Losers bracket time. We're going into Championship Sunday with 4 teams left. 2 teams are about to get knocked out. 1 on the main stage and 1 here. Reciprocity versus LG up next.
It's an insane tournament. It's a genuinely insane tournament. We're knocking out like every single team, basically. Every single team is gone before Sunday even like kicks off. It's ridiculous to think, because this is the point in Saturday where I'm like, well, this is where we start lopping off the teams that are normally towards like the bottom of the Pro League. And that's like halfway my mindset, because that's what I'm used to. But this is already like top 6. Like, these are fighting to jump up another spot. Like, these are the best of the best. The guys who are just making a case for, yo, when Champs comes around, if we get a little bit better, we're going to be that team. Or they can go on a run through the losers bracket in this tournament. Like, these are the top dogs, the best teams in the world. And it's Saturday evening.
You're talking about tens of thousands of dollars worth of difference, right? Prize already.
Like per player.
A couple of teams have been knocked out, as we mentioned. Good teams. And now, a couple more are going to join them. Will it be LG? Will it be Rec on the main stage? Gen G, 100 Thieves. And then, of course, tomorrow morning, the first game will be the winner of both of these 2 in a losers semi. It's Hacienda Hardpoint, where we've seen the good, we've seen the bad from LG. What the hell are we going to get in this series?
There's only one option left if you're an American movie fan, or maybe if you're British. I don't know what you guys have seen, but that would be the ugly for the younger fans out there is the option left. But I think realistically, LG, like what we saw in the phase, it was just a slow start. I mean, at a certain point, they were down by, 100, 110 points, and they started making the comeback. And like, the
problem was, it was a slow start against Optic Gaming.
That was very true. I was also slow, but a little bit different situation being down 100 points when the team is 200 versus just the 90 that Optic had. But either way, LG, there is a switch that they have on this map that exists, but Reciprocity, of course, they play at a different speed as well.
They sure do. Fast pace and your face play style from Rec. And of course, with a couple of Europeans, phase making it to the winners final. Rec. They'd love to try and progress a little bit further on into the tournament. European representation late on here in playoffs. We shall see, though. Early on, 10-point lead for Reciprocity. They're controlling the back spawns, but it's Brack who wants to try and push through.
Well, you see Reciprocity actually fairly successful with step number 1. Of course, the hard part is actually winning the gunfights to break through, especially when Formal's doing some damage to, or even get past the wall. Wuskins tries to fly on in, but he gets chopped down. But the better spawns makes it easier to get the trades, and Reciprocity, well, they had a small advantage. LG, the pressure's on. Now you got players for Reciprocity that are effectively flanking Rock, but this is a massive just fight for this scrap time. It looks like eventually Reciprocity are successful. They get the clearance, but LG, enough map pressure that they should have a fairly free clear and rotation over towards fences.
Looking that way, you have Brack first line of defense for LG on anyone rotating from well side. His teammate's going to spawn there, so you should know. Don't have to worry about that. He can track back over towards the hill. This, the closest of all the LG hardpoint Haciendas we've seen after a first couple of hills, as LG look to try and take the lead once again. 3. Easy win. Didn't expect the second to be there. Trades come through. Not the best grapple usage from Slack.
No, probably about the worst grapple usage. Is going to be a little bit slower on the uptake, but of course, Skies is just waiting for the pinch to come in. Alex feels the pressure. He backs down. Just gets fed to Skies. Does a very nice job of staying alive and well does damage. Does not find the kill. And I would say I'd imagine that buys LG a little bit of time on the reinforcements. For Reciprocity, just quicker. Again, that speed. They get to the hill oh so fast. Dylan, by the way, on a pie spree. It was bound to happen at some point. You know the man is going to get close to streaks. The question is, can he earn them?
3 points all he's going to need. 1 bullet to an LG player, and you'll be A-OK. Teammate can clean up the kill. Instead, he wants to try and do it himself. Tag one up. He goes aggressive, and he'll pay the price. Maybe a little too aggressive there from Dylan. No streaks for Rec. Nice new hill pops. LG first to the pot.
At the same time, though, Dylan, a very nice start, but Wuskins is right there with him. So both of those guys going to be more than likely the first couple players to get specialists. And that is, of course, unless LG get the clean wipe. Skies gets a couple EKIA. And, of course, now he's a killer, too, from the Tempest. To keep in mind, Slack, you got to talk about the score streak. 75 off.
Sure do. I will say, though, to bring up Wuskin in his stat line, he's the player for me that needs to be consistent for Reciprocity. He's been up and he's been down. And when you have the players around him, he has just got to hold your own. More kills coming through for LG. However, it's inside the hill. Formal unable to clean up backs away wisely.
Yeah, just waiting for the teammates, the reinforcements to come through. Unfortunately for LG, they don't really have a pinch getting set up, so you just got to make sure you win the gunfights. And, well, Slack just does exactly that. He's able to connect with 2. Now Formal's thinking, well, I need ammo, so he's able to pick up a Maddox. He's got the gun for the job because he's thinking about score streaks. But while he gets chopped, Reciprocity breaks through. It is a virtual tied game, though, after the first set of rotations. Do you expect anything less?
Because now, that 5 has been earned by Alex. We're not going to use it until the rotation over towards Lambo, or maybe if he gets a little closer towards those streaks. We'll wait and see. Draw. Maybe not. Double challenge comes through. Well played, those guys just stay alive as long as he did. LG now still very, very close. 86, 88. Back and forth action. Back and forth action.
Yeah, and you got Dylan. He's going to be the first man working on some potential cutoff kills. A player right underneath him that didn't hear him slide, so Dylan's able to get that first blood over towards the new hill. And of course, he's got the grab time as well, but he's looking for the spawns, and he's going to connect. Takes down the trophy as well after he kills Bracken. He's just going for it. He is flying right around back in skies. Well, he's prepared, but he had the wrong gun for the job because Dylan had a grab slam to take him down. He's on a 4 spree, but more importantly, he secured the spawns. His teammates, though, have no idea. They left water open, and, well, LG walk in for free.
At least Dylan has the spawns.
Both the players were, like, sitting. Well, one of them, at least, was basically looking at where Dylan had already blocked off, so I don't know if that's a miscommunication or just a player with bad mini-map awareness, but either way, LG very happy to be in the hill.
And Dylan again with the grapple, so aggressive. 175 away from streaks. He was close earlier on and maybe a little too over-aggressive. Back on fences, backs away wisely this time. Teammates in support. Again, if you're Dylan, you're just looking to land a couple of shots. Now, unfortunately for him, Crack will shut him down. About a 20-point lead. Should push maybe closer towards 30 after Lambo completes. Fences, though, LG's waiting.
You know, it's not entirely a terrible quality to have, but Dylan, I don't know if he's capable of baiting his teammates. I just don't know if he has it in his heart. He just goes hunting for the kills. He is not even really dragging behind his teammates. He's always just right there with them, full speed ahead, and you love him for it. And, well, this has still been 2 opportunities to get streaks and never a conversion. Still, though, Rec with a small lead that LG should take back over. Question is, can any team really just kind of blow it out of the water? It's just been a super back-and-forth game.
So the answer to that is going to be no. Black, of course, invested his grab slam on the rotation here. Big double kill, which has given LG a lot of this time, but finally the hill gets broken. 15 seconds left. Brack will fall. It's Waskin that actually gets 3. Dylan with 1 more. 2 players pushing those straight off spawn. A very, very close game. 10-point lead. It really has been back and forth action here on map 1. And this losers round 3. In terms of rotation, Brack, they're there waiting.
And if I'm Brack, it honestly might be worthwhile just to go ahead and invest the vision early on, right? You don't want to have to call yours in, and Denz goes right for the counter. So while you've got yours, it might not hurt to use it, and it would be a good situation maybe for the break. We'll see if he wants to go for it. That is the case. Everyone, no pinches being set. LG doing it from the front. Make sure you trade out the kills. You can see through walls. You should be able to make it happen.
To your point, it might be a counter because Denz hasn't earned his yet, but you have to make sure you break through. And that is something LG have not been able to do. A great hold out of Reciprocity. The lead starting to develop, the biggest we've really seen all game.
And that is massive. Just for Reciprocity to be able to stay above, make sure you get those kill trades. And Dylan, just a hyper-aggressive grapple, reloading in midair, instant challenge. And did you even think he would lose the gunfight?
Like
not a chance.
Spider-Man.
On a 4 spree, 25 and 16. Granted, not leading the lobby by a hyper amount, right? Slacked is right there with him in terms of slaying. But how many times has this man just gotten close to streaks, just been up and in your face? And, well, it's got to be Slack to shut him down, but still, Rec, 60-point lead, the largest we've seen in the game thus far.
That was unfortunate there for Denz. Guys does turn around, find a pick. 199, 142. That's our final rotation of hills. No one on the hill as of right now. All about that top corridor control, making sure no one's passing through the rock side. Dylan has got his grab slam as he looks for kill number 30. There it is. Skies drops. 2 more pushing from stairs. Forces a team kill. Now wants to try and shut down Brack. More importantly, though, plays for the Swans again.
And again, just no hesitation. Just instant with the grapple, knows exactly where he wants to be. A complete nuisance on the map. Like, it's just a player, I think even Krim was saying, it's just incredibly annoying to deal with. It's just such a hard player, always in your face. You expect him to play slow, try to get the streaks. No, still in your face, still right there. But you got the War Machine getting called in for one player. Dylan tries to get the grab slam, can't get it off, and LG, well, they're down by a ton. It's going to take some great specialists. And that is not the best start.
And that's a break. Yep. Then the best vision pulse. And that is easy for Reciprocity to walk straight through. War Machine is now out as well. Rec can win it here. They need 20 points of an available 29. They know exactly where LG is coming from. War Machine is out. Nades are out. You can let that rattle off. As LG drop into the water. Hit marker come through for Dens. One player coming in from behind the contest. The trade's good enough. Dylan with the punch. The streaks earned as well. That is GG. I want to point out, Dylan used a grab slam at the start of that hill. Half of his progression was depleted. He then earned the grab slam by the end of that hill.
He felt bad. He choked streaks twice, and he was like, oh, well, I only got 30 seconds left, but I might as well just get streaks to just show up. This is the tear. I'm fairly certain right at the very end, he goes on either a 5 or a 6 spree while he's getting inside the hill. And again, complete nuisance to deal with. His teammates are like, LG, you're calling out where Dylan is. You're like, he's on top Lambo. All of a sudden, he's all the way in the back spawn, grappling towards you. You call that out. Then the next guy's in lobby, and he's like, what the hell is going on? Yeah. Again, nuisance on the map, incredibly difficult to play against, because like the comms almost are like irrelevant to a certain extent. Because again, yeah, you literally are calling out Lambo. The guy in water dies from Lambo. He says the exact same thing. 3 seconds later, it's guys getting killed from lobby and in your spawn. Like, what do you do? You can't prepare for that.
Yeah, he's an incredibly quick-paced player. And there was a prime example of just that. Rec go up 1-0 in the series against Rito. This is a loser's round 3 game. Lose, you're out. Win, you're top 4. Both the losers games currently going on. Now, the winners will play first thing tomorrow morning on Championship Sunday here at the playoffs.
Well, I have been saying this fairly frequently today, or even just this week, talking about LG. Very happy to play Hacienda Search and Destroy, but we've also seen Dylan on this map, I think, drop double digits, drop 13 kills on maybe the first time we saw him play it. So we know what this series is going to be. Slack has been playing out of his mind thus far. Dylan has been playing out of his mind for, I don't know, 6 months now. You know what the matchup has got to be.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And for me, it's LG kind of getting a foot in the series, right? It's funny because I spoke to production before we went live. I was just making sure that this was the game on Bravo. And I was saying that when you come off a loss and you're forced to play almost instantly again, you don't really have time to talk over maybe the mistakes, maybe the important mistakes that occurred in your losses. A little tough for us, on the side of Reciprocity. We've had a little bit of downtime. You played some series. Very, very different vibe. And for LG, they need to win a map as soon as possible. You could, in my mind, if they go down 2-0, it's a 3-0. Rec will win.
And then, of course, you talk about the vibe. Like, you get pretty much no time to bounce back. You lose another map, and then you're just still thinking about the old mistakes, right? You're still thinking, like, God, we just talked about this on Hacienda Hardpoint. We just did the exact same thing again. And maybe they're having a slightly different conversation, but it is something that could very easily get in your head, something that could very easily mess with you. So LG, a couple extra little tiny things they're having to deal with, of course, maybe the potential fatigue setting.
Right.
They've been playing a ton of Call of Duty these past 2 days. Reciprocity, a little more fresh.
It's a team coming off a win versus a team coming off a loss. Very different mentality. As things stand though, Hacienda Hardpoint, if you're just tuning in, Rec took 250 to 164. Dylan really having his way with LG. Hacienda Search up next. Seaside Control will be game 3 of Frequency Hardpoint Gridlock Search. Games 4 and 5. Here's our bracket though. Of course, we had our play-in yesterday. Playoffs only today. Heretics about out top 10, as did EG. Yep, you're reading that right. 100 Thieves losers round 1. In round 2, 100 Thieves said adios Optic Gaming. Knocked them out 3-0. And that, of course, a poor placement for Optic Gaming. They didn't win a map this tournament. A lot still to be figured out for them, whether it's roles, whether it's weapons, specialists, you name it, they have a lot of problems to fix.
Yeah, and think about the problems that FaZe is like causing this tournament, right? Because now 100 Thieves is running over teams over in the losers bracket, and like, if I'm Optic, as soon as I see that happen, I'm pissed because I'm like, I got to deal with them. It doesn't pan out. If I'm Gen G, I'm thinking, man, that is the one team that has been giving us a serious amount of problems the entire year. This is who I have to deal with for elimination. And granted, for that series, they're only one map deep, but it is not a fun place to be in those losers bracket in this tournament, as Reciprocity and LG, I'm sure, can attest to.
Just to update any of you guys that don't have multiple tabs open, 100 Thieves 1-0 up against Gen G. They're in a payload search where Gen G is 4-3 up. Keep you updated with how that goes. But you do feel bad, right? If you're in the losers bracket, you fall early, you're Gen G, for example. Who do we play next?
Back-to-back champs. Yeah.
Those guys.
The guys who are
Don't get me wrong, they looked awful earlier on, but you know it's only a matter of time before they start shooting correctly and firing on all cylinders. But Hacienda search here on Bravo. Already. Bomb planted. Very, very quick start.
Very quick start, and Dylan, well, he's thinking about both corners. He tries to slide out and make a play, but he gets chopped instantly. So very quick advantage the way of LG. Now you got Zed and Alex working through the top halls, and Weskins has the time when his teammates start getting shot at to make the move. And, well, the timing's good. He's able to find one, but not a ton of time on the clock, and the man disadvantage makes it worse. And Zed does get traded out, and, well, Brax there for the two-piece as well. Solid first round on board. Helps with the momentum back for LG, and realistically, it's just get the bomb down, play separate corners, and get a free first blood.
Basically all it came down to. The best play that came from Brack first was good enough. He flies back towards his teammate. Damage goes down, there's two, and then here is number 3. Close out the round against Weskin. Shot punch was enough. Good first round here from LG.
Solid stuff coming out of Brack as well. It's always nice when you get to rewatch the best play and you're like, oh yeah, not even just the first blood. He actually put in some serious amount of work, because you are 1 round deep, 250 alpha streaks. He is past a quarter of a way to the ice pick specialist.
Woo. I know we talked about it in the past, but I feel like I would just let him use something more impactful in search.
I mean, that would definitely be one of the things that if I'm a coach of a team, I'm just looking at the highest score per minute earned in search and destroy, picking the specialist I like the most and least on different maps, and then giving the players whichever that may be. Of course, still a ways to go. He gets shut down off the streaks. He gets shut down for any 0 progression. 0, the character in game. Not the player on FaZe.
Nope, definitely not him. He's in the winners final.
It's very true.
3 versus 2. Weskin, he's going to have both players in 10 backs away. And this is currently in no man's land. So this is a 2v2. Yeah, momentarily a 2v1. Trades out 1v1. Did he spot him cross? I don't think he did. But luckily for him, Den's head out of defense is covered. Skies falls. Red tied at 1-1.
Very solid stuff from both teams. And I'm trying to think back, though. One time we saw LG play this map, I believe it was a 6-1 they got over Optic. So obviously they looked very fierce on that. But at the same time, the more information you have on a team, the easier it gets. And granted, not that much easier, but every little bit of information helps.
Any amount of preparation you can do always helps. So, yeah, to your point, the more maps you can watch of your opponents, the better. Of course, if they're really good at a map, though, you still have to beat them on it. Doesn't necessarily do all the work for you. As Slacked in this round, pushing straight through mid-map. You know, Bombers looking over towards A, and they will open up a little bit here. However, it's Rec, who had a 1-man advantage. Formal levels it up, 3v3.
Formal, of course, so there's a couple players up in the top hallway that might start to look for him, or might actually just get good timing to go to connector, but then Formal might just be able to shoot him in the back. This is COD timing at its finest. Dylan able to find the first kill. Formal looking for the next. He connects. Shooting that player over by fences, so you got a 2v2. Brack and Formal playing very split.
Because Brack does have bomb. So if Formal loses this, which he does, Brack for the 1v2. The only thing really in Brack's favor here is Rec may think Brack was on formal side of the map. They're going to get a rude awakening, though, if they have a quick push, and that's just bad timing for Brack as he hops over the fence. He's spotted. There's enough time for him to rotate, though. And Rec may read this. Think he's going to get the bomb down? No, he won't. Dylan checks. Dylan gets the kill. Rec with the advantage in game 2.
Yeah, it's a nice little play in the end. Just have one guy watch one bomb site, let Dylan go check the other. Just make sure you only check when the guy is going to be forced to go for the plant. Don't overcommit. But what we saw, I mean, we've seen a strat earlier from LG where they leave Brack over by well. They send a bunch of players through mid-map, through the hallways, through connector, and try to find the opening. And what happens to the guys that go connector for LG? They get cut down one by one. The hallway control on the right side, Reciprocity overwhelms it, and that comes down to the information. It's just a counter strat from Reciprocity, learning from their opponents.
Right back on the attack. And this is one of those quick rounds where everyone really showing up towards 8. The late push that's going to come from mid, that's going to be Bracken. Well, Brack actually finds the kill and instantly decides to try and hit the flank. They need to make something happen. They need to open it up, and they do just that. Wuskin with a double as he surges forward. Alex with 2 of his own. 2v1, all down to Brack.
At some point, you just have to step up and make a big play. 2 players straight in front. They're very split, though. He tries to get out with his life. Zero hesitation from Reciprocity, giving him absolutely nothing to work with. And Reciprocity, 3-1 lead. They have been, I mean, honestly, the only series I didn't watch for Reciprocity is the one they lost against United. And that's the one I want to go back and see it, because, like, good God, just, is that just the Sogs from United just being too much to handle? Like, what was going on in that series? Because otherwise, Reciprocity have just been insane.
Been very, very good. That is for sure. 3 more rounds here, and they'll go 2-0 up in the series. Can they do it? LG back on attack, slacked with bomb. And it looks as if this round, at least, LG is going to go for mid-top corridor to B. Over at B. First blood finally comes through quickly, followed by another kill. And there's the third. Round pretty much over already.
Bunch of nice little 1v1 gunfights for a handful of different players. Bomb's going to get planted. LG feeling very comfortable. The Luskin's in the water. Nowhere for him to really fall off the map. And Reciprocity, if you want to try to look for a pick or two, that's great. But I don't think LG is going to give him anything.
Is Den's close to anything? Is he working towards anything? That's my question. To see his, yeah, 250. Okay, that explains it. I was curious as to why he was playing so deep, and the fact that Wuskin is almost just trying to bait a little bit, if nothing else, to lay a push. But LG know where he is now. Den's a lot of work to be done. Want to try and cherry pick himself a kill. He didn't need to pull the trigger there. Either way, LG win the round.
That's a very big round for them to get shut down any streaks, get another one on board. The difference between being down 4-1 and being down 3-2 is a massive one. It genuinely is. That's when things get beyond dicey and you start feeling a little bit nervous, especially with the way that first respawn went. But clean and comfortable round. You get that top right hallway control. You get slacked over by Rock, working with the teammate. Nice little bait and switch to pick up a kill. Get the bomb down, win the round.
Pretty much. Simple as that. All right, their turn. It's as if they're going to go for pretty much an identical strategy to what we just saw from LG. Corridor up towards B. Look at that. Same as first blood. Crack's going to find the second, and the third may follow very, very soon. However, I believe that was the bomb, but Zed feeling a little over-ambitious there, and that could really bite Reciprocity in this round. John surging forward. Can he spot that just in time as he can? 1v2.
I think he might have an inkling that Wuskins is in the water. You at least go to peek for it. John, of course, does have the bomb down. Plenty of time to work with.
No silence, so bear that in mind. That could be a little costly as to how he's going to have to play this 1v2.
So he spotted nothing. Reciprocity, they are playing very concerned. Wuskins and Dens. Not the fastest players in the Wild West, but John, if he sees that the bomb is down, maybe he can make a move, but eventually, Reciprocity, the timing just goes their way. The man advantage is nice to have, and they pick him up in the end. And frankly, the round should have been maybe a little bit easier for Reciprocity. We go on board with Formal, and it's like, oh God, Zed just brought the bomb out and completely exposed it to foreign elements, but either way, they still convert the round. Dylan goes and picks the bomb up, trades some kills out, and still a fairly easy round for Ek.
Definitely not the prettiest, but as you said, they got the job done. And the winner of this series plays the winner of 100 Thieves Gen G first thing tomorrow on Championship Sunday. LG back onto the attack. They're going to have a wide open A-bomb site. And if they recognize it quick enough, they may just be able to put bomb down. That's exactly what Breck's going to do. Doesn't hesitate. Recognize they've been given a gift, and they'll take full advantage of it.
They got 2 trophies. They have 1 trophy down as well, just to stop any concussions, anything like that coming in. Obviously, the EMP disruptor, bit problematic. Alex with the team kill, but evens up the odds. He's got the first blood. Slack the gunfight he has been winning consistently all week, but then Alex just rips him off the head glitch. Skies eventually goes to trade him. LG keep that man advantage, and of course, with bomb down, they're in a fantastic spot. Luskin, well, he can't get through connector. Dens can't make anything happen. And if you're giving up the bomb plant for free, you need to be able to trust your retakes, but LG instead just sit there, get a couple trophies down, hang out, pick up some easy kills.
Zed wins that fight against Slack. Round looks very, very different. And for a moment, I thought he was going to be able to do so, but to your point, it's where Slack has been playing pretty much all weekend, and he's won that fight consistently. And feeling very confident in himself, as again, LG keep things close in this game too. 4-3 score. Rec back on the attack, and Zed currently sitting at 2-7. It's been a slow game from him. Slow game from John as well at 2-5.
Everyone meet up today, play a nice little round of team deathmatch because LG, they're playing aggressive on it as well. And Dylan, I don't know if he spotted out the cross, and well, Zed, I think he probably got wall banged by that kill. Skies is able to take him down. Dylan's getting tagged up left and right, and the pressure from LG too much. Dylan trying to slide away and just dies for free. And now you got players just let out to dry.
What are his teammates looking at when he's trying to escape? Well, the fact that there was a sniper rifle at play probably didn't aid things there. LG tied up 4-4.
And at the same time, watch how to escape. Like, if you're going on the cross, you're exposing yourself. Like, you have to make a play. You have to win a gunfight, right? You got a man disadvantage. Someone's going to have to pick up the 2-piece, but either way, Skies will take what you give them. And LG, a handful of rounds in a row.
Back in this one. All tied up. We mentioned the importance of winning map 2 here. So crucial in my mind. Just for LG to get a little bit of momentum back. Of course, they've come straight off the main stage, and they lost the series. 2 more rounds, and they'll level it up. Back on the attack, and Rec have done exactly what they did previously. Completely give up the A side.
Again, it just comes down to how much do you trust your retake, or are you just going for the counter strat? But either way, LG, virtually the same thing. 2 rounds in a row. This time, how many trophies do they have down? Because Alex is looking for the nade, and he's got a decent angle, but nobody's home, and then he sees Formal jump right back to that exact spot, the Formal in power position. How do you take him down? Because LG have Swarm Slack flanks, and now Zed trying to force his way through connector, but he's not there. He needs Bluskins to find a killer too, and there's just LG giving them nothing.
And I just think that's a terrible play call from Reciprocity. You did this 2 rounds ago, it didn't work. You try it again, it doesn't work. When you were winning rounds, you weren't just giving away the site for free. Very, very bizarre. LG, another round win in a row. And
then I'm hoping that it's going to be Slack in the best play. Unfortunately, it's Brack, and maybe it's well-deserved from him, but in my mind, you have Slack that's actually flanking from top patio. But how was that happening when Zed was mid-map on the fountain? I don't know where Slack was able to find the hole, but Slack was really the guy that just completely opens up the round. Like, you're going for the 5v5 retake, all of a sudden you're getting shot in the back, and then by the time you kill Slack, the time is off the clock, and everything starts to spiral out of control. Up until the point where Skies is 75 off his streaks, but frankly, I mean, if he gets it, you just kind of win the game.
Brack's 200 as well. Away, and yeah, you're right. As soon as you get streaks, you would win the map. On the attack, there's the first blood though. Slack goes down, and Rec escape with their lives. Also, bear in mind, Breck getting very, very close to his specialty. Oh, that's a gift. Oh, my lord. How has he not found one of those kills? A little unfortunate, but Rec escaped. Alex isn't going to get away twice, though.
Well, Scott just got the lightning strike. You call it in straight away. They just planted the bomb, or at least get the information. But 2 players out back fences. You have to imagine one gets taken down, if not more. Wuskins falls. So you got LG, the man advantage. The players were forced in connector. You get bomb site control. And now these players have to fly back in. Zed, it's almost like the tables have been turned. The sides have been flipped. He slides in, gets taken down. LG. A massive run towards the end off the back of Skies. Man finished on an 8 streak.
Is that 4 rounds in a row? Felt like it. LG nicely played in the search and destroy. They're going to tie things up 1-1 here in this losers round 3 matchup. Very well done. And of course, Skies, the rest play, catches Alex, and for me, just did not like what we saw from Reciprocity towards the end of that map. A lot of silly mistakes that were unnecessary.
Yeah, like interesting decisions, maybe potential misplays, players kind of sliding out when the only option when you make that play is hopefully you live, you're probably going to die. A couple retakes where things did not pan out, a couple rounds from LG where they just seem to have the better strats, but you called it out perfectly. It was 4 rounds in a row. LG, we've seen him on Hasi and S&D before. We'll see him on it again. And at least today, undefeated on that map specifically.
Series tied 1-1. Still plenty of Call of Duty action to come. We're back after this quick break with game. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Map 3 here at Losers Round 3, Rec versus LG. Close full series so far, but we're back to our respawns. And well, Dylan done nothing but impress all event long when it's come to those respawns. Fortunate for him. He dies straight after it.
And it's Slack the standout player for the tournament thus far for LG. Of course, I don't want to say supporting cast, but everyone else on the team has also been pretty good thus far. We got a tie series on our hands, and LG to this point, I believe, 6-3 overall in control. But of course, that includes their most recent loss, so their respawn game has been solid, but obviously Reciprocity has been a force to be reckoned with. And Rec, they've been playing Seaside all year long, but so far, LG doing very well on defense.
It's funny. Back to the way they played Seaside towards the start of the year and how different it is now based off the playstyle and the players they have on the team. So far, though, good defensive stance from LG. They break themselves a 5-life advantage. Trying to assault over towards A. Cool players not looking at it. He can't take advantage. Finally finds the first, but the nade enough to shut him down.
That's a great nade from Fulman. He's actually able to find 2. One with the initial pop, the second with just the remaining clusters. Now Zed, he's inside the hill, but even if he takes down John, the trade was going to be short to follow. Reciprocity, the entire game plan of pushing A is just to open up the map a little bit, so when they respawn, they can go over towards B. Finally, they get a little bit of pressure on the point, but keep in mind, down by 5 lives, not the greatest of spots for Reciprocity to be in. And LG, well, they got a little bit of mid-map control, but it doesn't look like they're going to fight for the point.
Give that up. Try and exploit the 5-life advantage you have. He will be capped. Minute 25 on the clock. Look at that 2 big flank from Zed. All the way through barrel 2 already. Honestly, Zed's the key player here. Zed can make a massive, massive play. It just comes down to his timing and whether LG expect it. There's a couple of players already fall for Rec, but again, oh well, Wuskins fallen off the map, so that's going to slow things down.
I think he might have fallen off the map mid-gunfight, maybe jumped off a little bit, but not something you want to see, especially not when John goes to eventually kill Denz as well. So the first push, which going to A, incredibly difficult, gets stuffed, and that's the type of play that kind of just decides the round for you.
Yeah, completely agree. Now a 10-life advantage. This one is over, barring a miracle, which I doubt you're really going to see. The first round. This guy's a 6-2, almost 4-2, 4-2 as well. Final push comes through. Formal another kill with the nade. This is what, 3rd so far?
At least.
So overall, a great round with his utility. Seconds. The final 3 plays from Rec. Pretty much
Rec right now, they just want to make sure they get LG as close as they can to all their specialists. So try to see if you can get some EKIAs for LG or whatever you can, and you make sure Brack gets a kill, you make sure Slack gets a kill towards the end, and maybe if some players could have put a couple bullets in, LG will be nice and close, but obviously it's Seaside. You win on defense, it's not the biggest shock in the world. The question is for LG in this next round, can they put something together on offense? Can they figure out a way to break through without any specials, just with your guns? And can you find a way to win on offense?
I think Formal may get close to the War Machine at some point.
In the ballpark.
In the second round, because you assume if you get some points for capping, maybe one of the zones, you might get close, and that could be a factor. He's over halfway towards it now. But wins.
Just something to keep in the back of your mind, but he definitely has to keep up the output quite a bit. But Jasper, something potentially creative. This is everyone mid-map. Slack going straight for top church. Wuskin's going to call it out, certainly. And Dylan from the over towards the B point is able to draw that effective first blood. And Reciprocity, it looks like they read it as well as you could possibly ask them to.
Yeah, they'll take that. The problem, cannot give up any progression at all. John went for the melee shot. Didn't land the thing. Take already in B. Second tick coming through. This is real problematic now for Reciprocity because they're falling as they try and go for the retake. Then stops the bleeding just a little bit. Zed with one and find two almost. Slack's there to shut him down, and honestly, if you're wrecked, you don't even want to push that again. 2 minutes now. LG to Capital Bay.
And you were exactly right with the cap time coming in from Formal. He's a couple kills off before he gets the War Machine. When, okay, a couple players falling off the map. You don't exactly appreciate seeing that if you're anyone else on Reciprocity. Watching Wuskins take a tumble. Now Alex is short to join him. 3 life lead for LG. They got full map control. They're just essentially playing S&D. Potentially, if they get a kill or two, they might want to go for some spawn kills, push up the right side of the map. We see none of the kills for the moment going their way.
Based off how Formal's playing, he might be thinking about streaks too. Yep. 15 bullets though. That's the War Machine. Alex has been spotted! Formal! Oh, he's gonna get the gunfight, that's huge! And that means now streaks available, War Machine available as well. The whole point of what I was bringing up after the first round was if you get the War Machine early, you use it early. Right, you try and give yourself the 2-round advantage, and Formal, to his credit, has played this round immaculately.
Well, at the same time, though, Reciprocity on defense have been fairly stable. Anytime LG get near their base, they get hunted down.
Is he going to use the lightning here? Well, he's used the War. Only show me Formal, because he's the player here who is going to make the plays. The lightning available. The War Machine, of course, is out, and the trophy actually pops. This could be a chance here for LG. They're going to funnel straight through, and again, when he chooses to use this lightning strike, it's going to be massive here for LG.
He's got to stay alive, though, and he's only got the SOG with 0 ammo in the clip, but his teammates get all the kills. So Formal off respawn can call him this lightning. They got a trophy inside the hill, and again, you get that offensive win. It is going to be massive, and Skies might even be able to get a Tempest as well. Slack is able to find 2, Formal with 1 for the lightning strike, and the second tick already through. LG in a fantastic spot.
Again, Test comes through, but Rec fighting from behind. Team kill from Formal, but is it going to matter? The damage well and truly done. Slack with a grab slam available, 225 away from points. His turn to be a playmaker. He has been all event long. Goes for it. Oh, he's whiffed it completely. He'll find one, 100 points. Will he find the second? So close. He's not going to get the streaks, but LG, they'll take the round.
They will take the round. They will take the extra specialist. Slack slam or no slack slam, it does not make a difference, at least for this round. Denz is going to fall in Formal, the playmaker on the team. Even when he dies, it ends up working out because his teammates go and get all the kills. Then off respawn, you can just call in the lightning strike. You buy your teammates so much time inside the point.
Yeah, ironically, that was probably the best case, right? Because if he stays alive inside the hill, he might not want to use the lightning, etc., etc. Either way, doesn't matter. The round plays out as expected. LG 2-0 up. They're about to give themselves a huge advantage in the series if they're able to win this next round.
And they have to win the next defensive round when they have a Tempest at their disposal. They got the TAC 5, which is at least very nice to have. And Reciprocity, you got your work cut out for them. A handful of players double neg. Denz and Dylan just not having a hot performance.
Yeah, Alex not really playing well either, 8-12. It's hard to play at that pace consistently throughout an entire event. And maybe it's catching up to them. They already started to cap it. Said. Very quick at escaping that fight. Still coming through. Trades will be there. Zed's dealt with John as well. This is a good opening here from Reciprocity. Very, very good opening.
5 lives. You got a body on A. One tick is already through. The second might be short to follow. Zed over from the side. Doesn't even take a bit of damage. Looking for the second kill. Just keeping these players at B. You got points over towards A, points over towards B, and you still have a massive life lead.
The problem is, if you're Zed there, you're deflecting so much pressure from LG that off spawn, they can't even get into B. So if you really wanted to, you could just have one player cap it up, which looks like it's a game plan. You have 2 players over there. The rest, honestly, should just keep attacking A. Because you already have 2 ticks in. Side shot. The timer, I should say, will stop. Attack 5 boost is going to be used. Zed wants to hunt down Slacked. But she should instantly just run into A. Yep, love that play. Put pressure on the A zone. Reciprocity. It was a sloppy first and second round, but this is a very impressive round 3.
Well, Zed's got a lot of players to deal with, but he deals with the first, he deals with the second. He had a teammate to bait, and meanwhile, you have, like, Reciprocity this entire time has had maybe 2 bodies over towards A, and they've kind of errantly just kind of left 1 player over towards B. Eventually, they get it, but while they're doing this, it's just all about the kills for them. They're up by 8 in lives. Alex adds to the list. Dylan, well, he's starting to heat up maybe just a little bit, and still up by 7.
But you've earned yourself, right? At this point, you can trade, that's how you can play it. Turn into TDM, you have a minute and a half. That's a lot of time just to find 9 kills. The more utility you can save, the better. Dylan finding himself a kill away from the grab slam. Slowly working in towards A. Let's not forget, they only need 1 tick as well. So clean 4 white. Stone stacked. That will be the game. I really do not want to see Dylan use this here, though. Grab slam, that is. Because this round, bar a catastrophic mistake, it's basically, it's over.
Well, he might have to start using specialists. Someone might have to invest it, especially when Wuskins falls. It gets a little bit tougher. I mean, 50 seconds on the clock. That's enough time for 2 pushes, especially on Seaside. You spawn so far away, so you're going to see all these players for Reciprocity. They're all going to bunch up, and I was going to say maybe wait for Wuskin, but he effectively is just watching the flank for them. Dylan just doesn't get this slide off. He gets cut down, and it spirals out of control.
And now, from your big kill advantage or life advantage, you're down to 3. With 28 seconds left. Now you are right, Chance. I think you have to do something. Or do you? Still dicey. By no means is this comfortable. Tempest is out. Muskin can't hit a thing. Third tick coming through, though. LG's got to be quick. Another miss. Now it's going to chain, though. Muskin hits the shot that counts. Round over. Rex stay alive.
And part of me wants to say LG wouldn't entirely be mad at that specific situation just because they at least get the Tempest out of it from Reciprocity. But at the same time, Rec has a handful of other specialists. They still have the Grab Slam. I think the TAC 5 is nearby. And then I think maybe the War Machine as well. Like LG burned theirs early. Skies doesn't really get anything out of his Tempest. And now it's just a stressful situation, right? Because LG, yes, you're up on the round. But at the same time, you burned quite a few of your specialists. Now you're going on offense, which granted you were amazing once, but it should be quite a bit more difficult this time when Dylan and Zed are sitting on their specialist. And then if Reciprocity can save theirs for round 5, that would also be huge.
That's basically what it's going to come down to. What investment is needed here for Reciprocity to win this round and take it to round 5? So use as little as possible. That'd be wonderful because we expect to see LG with a fair amount of tools. As I say that, those Zeds already used the War Machine. He's found 1, falls. And the life count even. 727, but LG capping B.
Yeah, Zed really just go for that straight off the rib. Reciprocity, though, mostly stable. Of course, LG got a couple players near back for the attack. Slack playing the close corner, waiting for players to slide in. Everyone's going outer, but that's what Formal is watching. He does take one to the grave with him, but that's all he can actually find. Slack, though, meanwhile, in the hill. He's been hanging out. He's been dancing around, just focused on the objective.
He fully captured that. 2 minutes now for LG. Trying to attack A. 4 life advantage. I think they should be able to put this to bed. And for those of you that are just solely watching this stream, an update. 100 Thieves. Gen G is going the distance. Game 5, Search and Destroy incoming. As Dylan gets the triple grab slam. We said how much can they save? Well, there's no point saving stuff if you're down. You got to use it to win the round.
And it's just instantaneous. He just flies up so aggressively. He's by himself. His teammates don't have a ton of map control. But at the same time, once number 5, Alex, starts calling out this information, Dylan might want to start to flank. So Alex is able to pick up the first one. And Dylan now maybe just thinking about the spawn kills instead. You got to finish the gunfight, though. Brack takes him down. And that is just a small breath of life for LG. More clearance to surge forward. Zed, though, is able to find one. And the trade doesn't come in instantly, and well, the Sogs for Reciprocity going crazy.
I will say Zed played that well because as soon as he pushes back, he forces 2 players from LG to turn around, and the remaining players of Rec are basically shooting LG players in the back. So good decision-making out of Zed. Don't even hesitate whatsoever as we go into the final minute of round 4. Vision pulse used by Brack. However, Wiskin does shut him down. So that not used to much effect. 14-14, 40 seconds left.
And Den's just, he really needs to get some sort of production going, right? He's 9-16. He's going to need to earn the Vision Pulse potentially in this round to get them the win. Granted, Reciprocity doing all right on the hold, and, well, LG, the time is ticking down, but they're going to be able to stock the clock. They got 3 bodies inside the hill, and Slack's alive. But he might have to make the play. He's able to find 2, trying to dance around the tank, but eventually gets chopped, and Dylan takes 2 with him.
How Dylan is able to find a double there, I'll never know. Rec survive. One last push for LG, or this is going to a round 5. Formal with a play to his right. Jumps, Wuskin wins the fight, 7-7 in terms of lives. Not that that's going to matter too much. For LG, you've got to get inside. You use the Tempest here. That's the decision Skies is going to have to make. The answer is no. There's 1, there's 2 for Skies. He's done well to stay alive, but he will surely fall. It's a 3v3. 2 seconds. Anyone from LG inside the hill? Formal's there. Double for him. He's one shot. Wuskin is actually inside the zone with him, and Formal's going to find another. It's a 1v3. Things have spiraled massively out of control, but it's a flank from Zed. It doesn't matter. LG clutch up in the game 3. Close it out 3-1. Get themselves the 2-1 advantage in the series.
And that is just a massive turn of events. They were just in it. Not a horrible spot, but an incredibly difficult, a very stressful situation where they already burned the vision. They're starting to run out of specialists. And then you got Skies, right? He's sitting on the Tempest, and you're thinking, all right, you want to save it for the next round just in case things don't pan out. Then he picks up a double kill, and Instinct says, pop it instantly. Things are going great, but he's instantly traded. And then Formal, out of nowhere, just walks on through, finds a couple kills, and Seaside and Formal clutching for the control. Name a better duo, Ben.
V15 we're at now with Formal, whatever it is. He's been playing very, very well this event, and that final round, a key testament to just that. Takes over, and LG now the advantage in the series. 2-1 maps, 6-4 search, and a 3-1 control. Of course, it was the first hard point. The Hacienda, Rec was able to win 251-64. Now, though, we go to a frequency hard point where, if I'm honest, Reciprocity, subs, we're probably going to do it.
At the same time, though, if you want to make the argument for Luminosity, we saw him play that map earlier against FaZe, if I remember correctly, and it was Slack to win 43-22. Granted, I'm not expecting that level of performance again because it is absurd. It's a very high number, I'll admit, but at the same time, LG, we have seen Formal go off on the map. We have seen Brack at times go off on the map. It is a very strong team in Luminosity. Their hardpoint record is still fairly high. Maybe not completely absurd at this point, but still something about 12-4. Yes, Dylan is a force on the map. Yes, in hardpoint, he may very well be the most impactful player in the league.
It was the first hardpoint frequency that we saw though when we tested Reciprocity. And it wasn't even just Dylan. It was Zed and Alex who were doing such a good job. It's a map which, it just almost seems like it was made for Reciprocity.
That's completely fair. Look, as soon as that hit-scan SOG buff comes through, I'm thinking Rec, I'm thinking frequency, I'm thinking that is heaven for the players. And I know their hard point has been great. I just don't want to make the case that automatically I'm thinking of Game 5. Again, we've seen LG on this map. We know they've done great things. I mean, we just saw the situation they were dealt with on the Seaside Control, right? They're in really tough spots, and they still clutch up.
Sure. It's going Game 5.
All right, it might go Game 5. We have a lot of Game 5s. Very high ratio.
No. I really do think this is going to be another one. Again, we've seen Reciprocity on this map. And game mode combination, and for me, they really are just that damn good. It just seems fitting that we end today with a Game 5.
And it's also worth pointing out, Luminosity probably wouldn't even be terribly mad at a Game 5. You go into Gridlock, they've been feeling fairly comfortable in the S&D as well. Right, it's one of their most played maps. We've seen Skies has been a highlight reel on that map inside of Showers on a couple different teams at this point throughout the year. So LG, I mean, they've done the hard work. They got the control out of the way. You win the Hacienda S&D. You put yourself in the best spot possible to progress further and further to go to that top 4.
So, LG, a chance to close it out here. Reciprocity to try and stay alive. And, oh yeah, we should probably start with Dylan. Quite a player to start with. Already, 2 kills to his name, couple of EKAs. Not worth kind of bringing up the streaks just yet at 4:45, but another defensive hold, and well, he's going to be very, very, very close.
Now you're trying to break through the grapple, come over top, but you get chopped down on your way in, and well, the only 2 players for Rec left alive are the players inside the hill. Zed trying to stay alive as long as possible, but LG, a nice little break, 20 seconds left, and yes, Alex is able to find 2, and well, actually, that opens up for Rec. They want to fight for the scrap time. They go straight forward, and well, they get shut down instantly. The good news for Rec is those players do spawn in the back. They're still fine for the rotation, but LG, maybe a little bit of an opening. As you can see, those yellow arrows start spawning towards the top of the minimap.
On the first hill, Rec with a 3-point lead, 22-19. The spawn's currently controlled by Reciprocity, and LG is spawning so far out. They're spawning P3. Not even a pipe spawn for them. As Rec will be able to pick up a big chunk of time.
Just a great rotation coming out from them, honestly. It seemed like it was a little bit risky to go fight for the time after Alex got the double nade, but it pans out for him. Now you got a cluster up top that should be able to find one. It takes down Slack, and now Zed's got to deal with a cluster of his own. Formal with the nades this series. It seems like he has been on point as he finds the second with the cluster pop as well.
The opposition, he's skilling his teammates. The man is skilling everything. It's been a great start to this hard point as well from Formal. 5 he currently sits at. Already over half of his progression towards his War Machine efforts at a very fast pace. Now though, as we rotate over to the other side of the map, P3, LG with the spawns. And LG all of the kills.
Intense, probably dying faster than he was even prepared for. Skies just rinse him from the side, and well, I don't know if anyone's going to be able to get through this elbow side of things. Rec might need to find a new entry point. And Skies actually, you can't time that any better. He sees the nade coming through or just feels that it's going to happen. He backs down. Then, of course, once he returns, he's met with the SOG and Reciprocity. Use the equipment, break into the hill.
Very simple. Nothing overly flashy. And they get the job done. LG, though, still spawning in. So the contest will last for quite some time. It's like just forced to back away. Unfortunately for him, Zed will find the pick. 20 seconds of time still left. And Zed now may actually start thinking about streaks, but it's a classic lie-down trick. Works for Brack there, no streaks for Rec.
Yeah, just another one. We see it on Gridlock all the time. We've seen it in that exact same spot all the time now. Teams have made these small adaptations throughout the year, but now the main adaptation is how well do you rotate? LG are going to be a little bit slower to the hill, but they got 4 men trying to push inside. John's just going to slide straight in because he got Slack flying in over top. But Reciprocity, they come out on top of the kill trades, and Skies is the last man to fall. Mid-map should be taken care of. You can see Dylan can smell that player that's down cages. He's going to get dropped, and LG seemed like it was a very rough first break, and then right back there.
So up to Dens with the ICR to just cover his teammates as they try and take some control of the hill. Once again, they build themselves a lead, 82-62, 20 points as it stands. Nades back and forth, and the team kill from Formal may slow LG down here. Or maybe not. Skies flies in, double for him. Last 15 seconds, good time for LG. We are basically going into the second rotation, slap banging.
And this is exactly what we saw in the first map. It was the exact same thing. First set of rotations, it was within about a 5-point game. And I will say, at a certain point, Reciprocity just kind of flipped that switch. But now we're in a situation where it might just come down to the specialist usage. Who can make the bigger play? The TAC-5 gets popped for LG, and they go straight inside, dealing with the War Machine. But they have the extra health, and they have the Flak Jacket well prepared. War Machine for Reciprocity down.
What else is still to come? You're gonna have a TAC-5. Should probably compare with Dylan's grab slam. It's about a kill away. The same fast tempo you would have loved to have seen. And well, LG, as soon as they get control, they start pulling out their specialists. Skies with the lightning. Spots the legs. Alex is dead. Hellstorm hurt.
This is fantastic to have after the new rotation as well. So LG, they can afford to take their time. This is the play. You call on a streak, kill the players in the back or forcing them back all the way down. Anyone that stacks inside of orange, Slack's job is to slam them.
Alex was forced to use TAC-5 there as well for Rec. To make sure they hold the spawns. However, this is really the key moment here. Slack to the grab slam. Slack to maybe more streaks. Skies already has his lightning used, so a Hellstorm. There's actually a player right at the back of the map. I don't think they realize it's Dylan. And Dylan's in a great spot to just shut down this LG push. There's the first. It's Slack he has to try and find. It's Slack that was close to streaks, and I believe he will not get them. Falls there, Alex shuts him down, one off.
And that's just a great play. I have to imagine from Dylan's POV, he saw that entire play developing. He just simply never shot. He waited till the right moment. That's them burning a lightning strike and at least mitigating a little bit of the damage. The final 15 seconds, you can see LG, well, they're putting the pressure on, trying to look for some kills, but the time goes the way of Rec. Of course, LG, with that early rotation, and Slack, he is still sitting on the grass slam. If he spots more than one person, he's going to make that commitment.
Absolutely. So, but he only spotted Zed, and Zed straight through and killed him. Use it. 146, 120. Advantage LG. P3 pops. Rec. They have to just jump through window, trying to open up something that way. And Alex. Duo ready to go, and Zed shuts down Slack with a shot punch. Grab slam was used. That's going to be half the progression gone.
That is a massive play. Dylan had a nice play over on second hill. Shutting that down is another big play for Rec. But at the same time, the big plays are great, but they're still down by 40 points because LG inside the hill. And it's not like LG is having to outslay by a massive amount. They're only up maybe 5 or 6 kills, but they have made it translate. And of course, they still have that Hellstorm just to break over towards New. And frankly, they might not even need it. They might just win the rotation on their feet, but it looks like Wuskins is going to be there first, but you already see the play developed. You know what the call is going to be.
Yeah, you use that streak. Give yourself a little bit of control first. And now you drop it. The players from Record Dylan's down low, and I'm second guessing yourself. However, you force players from Rec out of position. You may not get the kills, but you still get the same job essentially done. 5 used, visual pulse used as well. War Machine, basically everything just used.
And Brack might earn streaks as well. He's on a 4 spree, but when you pop the vision, you just get all of those extra points from the waves, and there you go. You even got the man in the hill. Use it to get even more streaks. You get inside. Ben, you were thinking we might see a Game 5. LG thinks otherwise. They are up by a full hill at this point, near 60 points. You got Brack, who, well, doesn't get the Hellstorm, but at least has the Lightning. And it is going to take a string of specialists, a string of hill for Reciprocity, just to even have a chance in this game.
Now, you're right. It looks as if Reciprocity just ran out of steam at the worst possible time. And LG playing very well to their credit. Good performances from John. Great performance from Formal as well. Not over just yet. And maybe Dylan could get some streaks of his own. The grab slam gets in the Lightning. This for the Hellstorm. Hold on a minute. Down, but by no means out. Lightning strike used. Now, Tempest popped by Wuskin, but you've got to get in the hill quickly. You cannot give LG a big lead.
Well, he connects with one, but I don't know if it's going to chain to anybody, but the Hellstorm should be able to clean up at least Formal. That was the down man from the Tempest, but it's great that you cleaned him up. Now you have to burn the War Machine to get inside, and well, one of them's a team kill. Slack does get traded. Reciprocity should be able to get through, and Dylan finds the final couple players, and well, he's going to think about the Lightning straight away. Just make sure, hey, do LG have spawns? Yes, they do. We have to surge forward because we, 28 points. 28 points, and LG has series.
The saving grace here for LG is just in case things go wrong. Slack is going to get another grab slam. But that's whether things even go wrong. As of right now, it's looking like they should be A-okay. Rec do break through, Purifier out for Dennis.
That's a clean break as well. You got Dylan. He's able to kill the men on the flank. Now the Flames up top is able to kill Formal. He's just going to hold down that trigger to hunt these players down, but he's actually going to fall. Dylan, by the way, apparently doubled up on his streaks. He died, goes on an 8 spree, just going off under the radar. I don't know how he does it, but it's consistently so. But still down by 50 points.
Here's the problem. Rec need to kill LG now. They need to force them to spawn out and push forward. That's the only way Rec can win this. As of right now, Rec's still spawning out. With 10 seconds, someone has to make the play. Dylan is continuing this rampage, but he needs help. He needs help if we're going to see a game 5.
But LG are spawning out, at least mildly so. They're going to be hitting the hill from a couple different angles, but you got the Sogs inside. It's exactly what you need. You got Dylan nearby. He's able to take down Slack. He's the only man alive in the hill, but his reinforcements should be coming soon. LG, though, they have the closer spawn. And Dylan, well, I don't even know if you really can use the Hellstorm in this situation.
I feel like you have to save it for pipes. It's about just trying to prolong the game as long as you possibly can. And what's ridiculous is he's working towards another grab slap. Bear that in mind. Dylan is just having one of those games where you could only put him in the conversation of best in the world, but Skies has a Tempest out. I don't think he saw Dylan. Slack with a grab slam, shuts down Skies as well. Is it going to be enough? Slack with 4, almost 5. Formal there to assist. 10 more points, and Rec are eliminated from playoffs, but Dylan uses the Hellstorm. Hardpoint contested. Now you need to rotate. There will have to be a new hill.
LG can't win it here. They get that 3 down, though. You know they're going to spawn in the back, and you got Wuskins is the cutoff man, but he might just let a player pass. He let a player pass, but he doesn't get spotted. He doesn't get the double kill, but the trade is in. Dylan still has that grab slam should he need it, and he's going to have to burn it. LG, they got to play split. You can't get too crazy. You can't stack up, or Dylan ruins your night.
In the hill. Someone from Rec needs to be in the hill. Finally, they track back. Talk about ruining your night. Dylan is going to use the Sorg there. Now LG coming from the other side. Reciprocity, they can do this if they just hold. They're about to take the lead with 30 seconds. Dylan goes up. Dylan slams, only finds 1. Slides out. There's number 2. Alex with the 3rd. Rec take the lead. Streaks again for Dylan. A surreal performance from him. And I don't care what you say. It's plays like that where you have to consider him one of the best players in the world. You will never see a player take over like that so consistently. You want to see game 5? We're going there, Tense. We're going there.
Dude, he had a Lightning. He earned the Hellstorm. He calls in the Lightning. Then 30 seconds later, he's pinging it again. And in my mind, I'm thinking, I could have sworn. I was like, yeah, I thought he used it, maybe not. And then I see he's on an 8 spree, and I'm like, okay, that makes sense. He was on a streak before. And I'm like, wait a minute. No, he died instantly on an 8 spree. That fast, he earned a grab slam in a minute and a half.
Again.
And then he gets streaks again. Again. Dylan's good. Dylan's a good player. Holy Nikes.
You didn't think they were going to do it.
That's completely absurd. Goes on a 10 spree, gets double streaked out, earns a grab slam in the clutch of some moments, kills everyone. I mean, he was having an average game. He at one point, I think, was like 17 and 24, and you were like, oh, they're running out of steam. And in my head, I'm already formulating like the final lines. I was like, yeah, they kind of fell short. The competition steps up a little bit. The Sogs fell off. Nope, that is not at all what happened. That has to be, at least second half, one of the single best performances we've had this year.
Yeah, without
second half, not first half, second half.
First was, but the second half, unbelievably clutch. It looked like LG had it. No, says Dylan. No.
Top 1 play of the week.
Reciprocity, probably the number 1, number to play.
Which life? Which life?
Yeah. Take your pick, really, because Dylan clutches up. Ladies and gents, we're going to a Game 5 Search and Destroy. Rec, LG, all tied up 2-2. We're back into this. Ladies and gentlemen.
Dude, this 3-minute stretch of COD has been some of the most insane COD we have had all year, Ben. I do not understand what's going on. I'm not prepared for it. Miami has been insane. Miami has been insane.
Welcome back. Game 5, by the way. Losers round 3. You lose this, you're out. Speaking of being out, 100 Thieves back-to-back champs. See ya later. Adios.
Box for the 1v3.
Nuts. He 1v3'd. He just slides out, kills the guy on the bomb. Absolutely surreal. However, here on Bravo, we end the night just in classic Benson and Chen style. Game 5.
Oh my
LG.
dear.
And if you miss Game 4,
oh my God.
If you miss Game 4, please go back and watch it. Just watch the last 2-3 minutes. Twitter exploded. Dylan, I don't understand how you could not have him at least in your top 3 best players in the game. And to not have him at number 1 at this point might actually just be stupid. It might.
I still don't have number 1. But I will
how
do.
Can you
that
not?
was one of the most absurd
here's
sequence of events.
Here's the argument. Who's your number 1 player?
Well, okay, so my thing is for respawn, or not for respawn, I should say, for hardpoint. Yeah, dude, Dylan's that guy.
All right, but what about?
I don't think there's any discussion. But I mean, even for SOGs, you got Search and Destroy in the mix. I don't know, man. Let's let the tournament play out. We will talk about it on Monday. This is a Monday conversation.
You're right.
In LG, well, mid-map completely open, B-side completely open.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know how if you're LG, you recompose yourselves. You had Game 4 in the bag. It was yours.
I see Dylan on the map. I shiver. Like he kills Skies, and whoever's near Skies, just like I'm scared for them.
Well, it was Slack, but Slack, no! Stand strong. Well played, Slack. Makes it a 2v2. Rack and John, Alex and Dens.
And it had to be Slack that forced the man to shut him down. Granted, he had a head glitch. And it was still close. But he took him down. He took him down, and that's all LG needed. You get the bomb down in the exact spot you want. You get, at least Brack has the Maddox. John, I'm sure he picks something up. He'll have the right gun for the drop. No, okay, still SOG, but whatever. LG in a great spot. Dens and Alex, it's a very tough retake.
20 seconds. Alex is go for it. That's Alex weak, but Alex actually shuts down Brack. 13 seconds. Dens is already on the bomb. He hops off, though. Don't know whether he wanted to try and force the fight. Kill comes through. Bomb will be defused. Reciprocity will be 2-0 up. And I believe Den's actually landed some shots there, which is going to give him the KAA extra points. 275 away from streaks.
It's the hesitation from John. It's the hesitation. He gets Alex as he's sliding across Milk Truck, basically one shot. His fear is he doesn't want to slide out too far and then just get killed by Dens as well. But I think there is an angle there. I think you at least have to give it a shot. I mean, 11 HP. 11 HP, and Alex is able to get out alive and then win the gunfight. After the way that hardpoint ended, you can't afford to have rounds like that.
You're right.
You just can't.
Absolutely right. What a good start for the Europeans. This gives you top 4. And now, as we know, the date with Gen G first thing tomorrow on Championship Sunday. That for top 3.
I can't believe 100 Thieves is out.
They are. We'll have a new champion here in Miami. End of the year. Who could it possibly be? This round of 1v4. Wuskin basically dead, and we had this conversation, I think it was yesterday, about Wuskin and how sometimes he plays on an island, and I think it was his brother Scraps that kind of went on Twitter and was like, why do you play that way? Why, why are you consistently on an island? You have a bigger effect with your team, and he just responded with, it's how the team wants me to play.
And keep in mind, against LG, we've even seen on the Hacienda, the most success they've had in the search and destroy rounds. It's when you just stack up on a site. Yep. Anytime LG is stacking up on a site, things go very well. How many times do we see LG get a bomb plane for free, Reciprocity, trust the retake, doesn't pan out?
Upsetting on Hacienda. That was very upsetting to watch.
Yeah, and LG has been a team very content to happily stack a bomb site. Granted, you know, on Gridlock, the map kind of lends itself towards that anyway. But at LG even more so. It's one of their strengths, and well, at least get one round on board. Now that B site, again, completely left out in the open. No one even spotting for information. So they're going to get the plant down for free, and it's Rec trusting their retake. And keep in mind, Brack, he is watching a flank from a very backed up position that Rec might not be prepared for. Oh my God, he was YYing right before it happened. Didn't make a difference.
I mean, he's gonna kill him. He's gonna kill the fourth. It's Dylan. There's 20 seconds left in the round. There's 2 players left from LG, and they're so worried about the effect Dylan's gonna have. Doesn't tag him up, but there's 1 player left. Dylan's pushed forward. Denz is on the bomb. He's up top. Alex shuts him down, and Rec go 3-1 up.
That's a very nice read from Denz towards the end, but Zed did his job.
Yes, he did.
Zed does not need to get kills. Zed needs to be near Dylan, and after Dylan kills one, make sure you stand in front of him to absorb bullets. That way Dylan can go kill everyone else. Because keep in mind, Dylan has in the lead, and you can get JP to confirm this. He tweeted out whatever it was before Miami kicked off of, and this isn't Respawn, not in Search and Destroy, but clearly it applies. The highest rate of when he gets his first kill on a life, highest rate of turning it into a double kill. Highest rate of being untraded, I think it was literally like 44% of the time.
You're just building a bigger case for you to change your mind on him being the best player in the game. That's all you're saying. I just want you to know that.
Look, Dylan is fantastic. I have no bad things to say about the guy. And there aren't any bad things you could say about the guy.
It's really not. As Rec goes 3-1 up, Alex is 6-1. Great performance from him. Was currently struggling at 0-3, but has his formal 0-3 from him as well, with 4 rounds gone. A couple of players from Rec have rotated out over towards A. Is this going to catch? Bait being thrown out towards B, but it's Dylan who has the bomb. Showed A, back over towards B, and no one from LG has moved.
Yeah, it's interesting as well. You don't make any noise towards the A site, so you imagine that you're trying to bait LG players to wrap towards B. That's where you're making all the noise. But then you take the bomb in that direction instead of wrapping back lane, trying to force it forward. Zed and Dylan going flying. Zed, again, did his job. Dylan got 2 kills.
Yep.
Might be able to get the bomb plant as well, but with time ticking down, LG, they just need to overcommit potentially to kill the guy off bomb. But Dylan not even planning it, surging forward. Brack, though, with the beatdown. Happens so fast. The stun grenade from somebody, and Wuskin gets traded out.
And it's funny because we often talk about, you know, when a player is getting close towards a specialist, you give him the bomb and it could work out. You almost feel like Dylan's just not that type of player, right? We talked about it a little bit in the Respawn about he doesn't really fade out his teammates very well because he's just so aggressive. Like in a hardpoint, when he gets close to streaks, it doesn't always work.
No, I mean, I don't mind that at all, honestly, because like the original strat that they had, they have 2 players over towards the A site. Everyone's making noise towards B. How come you never peek A? You never get information. Maybe you're sitting there expecting the flank, but that, in my mind, is the play design, because we saw how LG had it. Obviously, we can see through walls. We have the mini-map, but they left one guy at A the entire time, and instead they purposely wrapped the bomb to the site where they knew LG was already stacked. It just seemed strange to me. It seemed like a strange decision.
Well, LG take the round. 3-2, still advantage Rec. LG back on the attack. This time, though, they're pushing over towards A. Slowly but surely, at least. Zed will be the first of the party to realize it. Well, the stat line for you at 4-4 is EKAs have been plentiful. Been setting up Dylan left and right so far here in Game 5.
Dylan's very formal, excuse me. He's already found himself in a fairly nice spot in showers. LG again get effectively the setup they want. It's just a nice stack on bomb site, and then nade might be coming to effect as well. I heard a trophy get tossed, and I think that's why Brack threw it away. And you talk about the nade, Zed, worst case scenario, takes out Dylan, but he makes up for it. He does find a kill.
Still 3v3. You know where Slacked is Brack works over towards shower. Slack with 1 traded out, 2v2, 20 seconds, time ticking. Skies with the ICR, not really a great position to be in, and both LG players full. Bomb will be defused. They'll give it to Zed. He's going to get close towards some streaks and his War Machine. But more importantly, despite the team kill, Rec still clutch up.
And okay, if I'm LG after the hard point, I'm just confused. I'm just confused. I don't understand what Dylan just did. I don't understand how he got so many streaks. I don't know what's happening on the map. And that's another round where it just ends, and I'm just confused. Like, you take out Dylan, which granted Zed goes above and beyond to make up for it, right? He goes and picks up 3. But it's just a round that it seems like it almost gets gift wrapped for you. And you can't connect, you can't convert. And those are the ones that are tough to talk over. And it's also worth pointing out, Alex is quietly having a very nice game at 7-2.
Oh, he's having a phenomenal game. He really is.
So spread the love around Reciprocity. It's not just the Dylan show.
I mean, it's a Zed, Dylan, and Alex show. This is what I was talking about heading into the frequency. That trio of players has just been so good. Traditionally, Denzel will hold his own, and then you just need Wuskin to be consistent. That to me was what's held this Rec team back. Sometimes he's a little inconsistent, and here, to his credit, he has been very consistent. That's why Rec is playing as well as they are. But it's a first blood that comes in this round to LG. Bomb planted at A. Retake, but you have a 1-man advantage.
Well, you can actually see Reciprocity. They're going to send 2, maybe 3 men on the flank, which means they're going to have to go incredibly fast. And you actually hit Brack, who was ready for it, just not ready for 3.
But look at what they've done. They actually left Alex deep to re-flank the flank, because now the resources are going to turn around, and Alex is going to be bombed. Thank you very much. Free kill, 2v2, 20 seconds on the clock.
And they just need to run. Denz, you just have to play your life. Your teammates inside. He goes for the challenge. No need to play your life when you're killing the enemy. And Zed wins his one-on-one as well. Reciprocity, you talk about some indecisiveness, some weird, strange decisions they have had in Search and Destroy. That was played perfectly. That was snap decision, bomb down, man disadvantage, send 3 players on the full flank, you leave Alex. You get the kill, Brat calls out 3, you send 1 to dip back, Alex goes and checks bomb, you double challenge, 1 gets outer torch showers, the other guy gets bomb. Expertly done. It could not be better, Ben, other than don't get first blooded, but hey.
Still win the round anyway, and this time LG, they're gonna be tagged up as they push A. Do they still commit? Trophy's out. This round is gonna be over very, very quickly. First blood for John. Denz falls. John with 2. Dylan falls as well. It's a 5v3. Rec have scurried out of the site. 3v1, all down to Zed, and Zed actually has himself a streak. He's got himself a lightning, and honestly, you don't expect to see him use it. Could if you really want to be a hero.
You definitely do not. You don't
but
ping.
You play for the health. And he's not going to get it, but it doesn't matter because he still has his lightning. He did not use the gun.
And so now, of course, options at your disposal. You get the bomb down, you keep Zed alive, get him to the back of the map. He can hide in a corner. It does not matter where he is. If you get the bomb planted, I wouldn't say that necessarily, but it buys you an extra, what, 10,
well, you ping
15
first.
seconds in a round. You ping, you make him scurry away, then you, like, it's still situational, but it gives you a massive advantage.
The only thing I would say is that does happen in your LG. If you're on the bomb and the lightning pings, you stick it. Because traditionally, what you see is players ping to force you out, and then they use the streak again 5 seconds later. We'll see if that even happens, but if I'm LG, I hear that lightning ping, and I'm on that bomb defusing it, I'm sticking.
And then Rec, instead of going for the bomb plant straight off, they send 3 players mid-map. Alex effectively goes by himself, and you see the setup LG has. They were just waiting for something like that to happen. So Alex just blooded for free. Now they can get this bomb down at A if they go quickly, but LG, you see number 10, Slacked, he's starting to creep around the site, but the bomb does get down. Now the question is, you're already down a man. Do you want to commit the lightning strike in this situation? I say yes, absolutely.
It fully depends.
Oh, not like that.
Slack fall, so at least you have a 4v4. Probably not the best usage, but Dylan has escaped with his life. You don't have to worry about the flank instead. It's going to be everyone going through showers. Zed throws the nade. He kills 4 in the round. 2 with the nade, 2 with his gun. Reciprocity, stay alive. It's a top 4 placement. Here's how Zed did it. And he's lying down. Of course he's lying down. Showers, the stick, and the double.
He gets an ace.
Rec, stay alive. LG, adios.
If I'm LG, I am so purely and utterly confused by everything that just happened. It just doesn't make sense. You have Zed going off, going mental, getting an ace within, I don't know, 10 seconds. It certainly seemed like calls and lightning double nade from the grave. he is pulling this off. You have Dylan that torched. I have no idea. What's the right verbiage? What's the right adjectives to describe what happened? Like, to the end of that frequency, the final 2 minutes, it was the most absurd Call of Duty I might have ever seen. And then Zed for the follow-up. And again, Dylan had a solid game. Alex had a very good game. But Zed, it's just, oh my God. He flipped the switch.
He did. He did. My question, can Reciprocity bring that same energy on a championship Sunday? We'll take a look at the bracket. Someone just yelled yes.
Yes.
So.
I don't think they can hear us, so that's
perfect timing.
timing at his finest.
It sure was. Rec versus Gen G, the first game tomorrow, losers semi. Then, of course, you have your winners final, which is going to be an interesting one. E United versus FaZe. Of course, there won't be a Bravo stream tomorrow. Every game will be on Alpha. 4 teams remain. Rec, Gen G on the loser side, and then, of course, FaZe, E United on the winner side. That's your top 4 from the biggest tournament this year.
And it just, it's absurd. It is completely absurd. Miami has been wild.
Upsets have to happen.
And it's all today. It's all today. Today has just been from top to bottom, from start to finish. Completely ridiculous. Even when teams were expecting to win, it does not happen in the way we think it will. It has been a pleasure, Ben, to cast with you.
It's been a great time and a pleasure to catch on YouTube. But with that, it's going to be everything from myself and Chance, everything from Bravo stream as well. So shout out to the awesome guys doing the Bravo production here at Playoffs. We appreciate all the hard work you do. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the show today because it was filled with upsets, and we'll see you guys tomorrow on Championship Sunday.